Hafide and welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the week. And eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I think Ken is going to go first.
Okay, so I covered
Just
some
like that.
election stories this week. Decision 2016 is fastly approaching, and I interviewed Maria Pangilinan this week about the candidates who are picking up packets. I think so far they have over 5 dozen people who picked up packets so far. And but among those who aren't picking up packets include some of the mayors who aren't running again. So I called a lot of the mayors and they said the PD mayor, PD Agate, Mongtotu Maiti, Jotnya, and the Daito vice mayor, they're not seeking re-election, but there's so many others who are picking up packets. I think for Jotnya alone, more than 6 people, and I think are counting, have picked up packets already. So we spoke to her, but I did a story about the requirements that you need to run for office. You go to gec.guam.gov to find out about that. And then another story that we both did this week was about the Attorney General of Guam. They announced that they're hiring, or they're moving forward with bringing on an independent prosecutor to look into the illegal retro bonus payments given to Adelup staffers late last year. I spoke with the governor and Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz, who actually requested for this last year. The governor said he welcomes it, they're open, but he also wants them to look into the other branches of the government, specifically the legislature, about the Capital District Fund. And Vice Speaker Cruz said he's happy that she's moving forward with it, but he's also hoping that they'll look into the second retro payments that were given to Adelup to kind of fix the problem. So it's not over. I think they're supposed to be issuing the RFP next week.
Mm-hmm. And Nestor was busy on your end this week?
Yeah, well, one of the ongoing stories is the bed and breakfast and how that should be regulated. Tourism Chair Senator Tina Muñoz-Barnes held a roundtable meeting, and she brought in all of the stakeholders from the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association to GVB to Rev and Tax to actual bed and breakfast and vacation rental operators. And one of the things that they talked about was that there should be some distinction between traditional B&B, which is family renting out rooms in their house and serving breakfast, and vacation rentals, similar to the Airbnb model, where you can search online and rent out somebody's home or condo or apartment for a week at a time, or however long your vacation is going to be. And so they realize that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Senator Barnes committed to a 2-week time frame where she would start drafting up something and then call everybody back to get more input on it, but needless to say, there's a lot of work that's required and it's going to be done, and so, but they're making progress towards, and one of the concerns is the government, not just the health and safety of the tourists, right, that stay at the different B&Bs or vacation rentals, but also the government tax revenue and how they're going to be able to account for that. So those are all the things that are going to be compiled into this draft bill, and they're going to talk about it some more in a couple of weeks.
Okay, thanks so much, Nestor. And on your side of the digital side of KUN.
And then there's me. we are diplomatic and democratic, obviously. Well, we want to invite people to check out our Pulse of the People poll. Say that 3 times fast.
Pulse of the People poll, Pulse of the People poll, Pulse of the People poll.
Well, that's no fair because you're a professional lead singer, so you get a pass. But we are asking all of these interesting polls, like this incredibly poignant piece of hard-hitting journalism. What did you give up for Lent? Now, I'll just ask simply to you guys. You've got rice, you've got profanity, you've got meat, and then you've got sweets. So candy, cake, soda.
You can actually see it here in the newsroom, what we've given up.
Now, ironically, though, it was a tie. 34% each for rice and cursing. So most people gave up saying bad words and eating rice of any variety, brown, fried, red, white, whatever. But we've also got an interesting poll. Since it is coming up on Valentine's Day, we asked people what the best gift to give someone special on the day of love is, and most people said a night out, followed second by the day off. So it's an interesting dichotomy there. You can either say you can treat your special someone, the love of your life, to a fantastic evening on the town, dinner, dancing, a show, selfies at all the wonderful places there are to take photographs here, or just basically say, be one with the couch and I'll clean. Either way, it'll be appreciated.
Okay. So don't forget to check us out online and take our Pulse of the People poll.
Exactly.
Should we have one on any of our news topics as well? And for myself, earlier this week, I kind of started off with a really sad note. On a sad note, I covered the story of the alleged animal cruelty cases that were taken care of at Wiesel Animal Care. So I spoke with General Manager Benjamin Schiff, who who allowed me to meet the dog named Dana. Dana must have something like 9 lives because she was shot in the mouth. She was shot in the face by what looked like a gunshot. Well, I mean, actual gun, and so she had fragments of like lead in her jaw. But she's recovering well. And there's also the dog Nulong, who was actually showed up to the clinic with a knife, a kitchen knife, lodged into her skull. And Benjamin Schiff and his father, Dr. Joel, the veterinarian there, Dr. Joel Joseph, they were able to pull out the knife. Fortunately, just missed the dog's brain, and both dogs are making speedy recoveries. But the ultimate part of the story is that their animal cruelty is a growing problem here on island, and if you suspect there's animal cruelty, you're urged to call police because this is it's a third-degree felony. So you can call the Department of Agriculture to report it. And you can also call 911. And if you have any news stories that you want us here at KYM to report on, email us at reporters@kym.com.